Most people struggling with social anxiety turn to therapy, hoping it will provide the solution. But what if I told you that therapy rarely fixes social anxiety? And in many cases, it actually makes the problem worse. Therapy often forces you to overanalyze and dwell on your fears rather than overcome them. By constantly talking about your anxiety, replaying past failures, and dissecting every social interaction, you actually reinforce the fear instead of erasing it. The more you focus on a problem, the bigger it grows. The more you identify as socially anxious, the more locked into that identity you become. The brain wires itself around repeated thoughts. So if all you do is think about anxiety, it only strengthens. And this is frustrating because social anxiety is something that can be fixed so quickly and so easily with just one new practice, a strategy that has been overlooked despite being used by some of the world's most elite performers to build confidence in high pressure situations. Athletes use it to mentally rehearse winning moments before stepping onto the field. Public speakers use it to prepare for commanding an audience. Even military operatives use it to train their reactions under extreme pressure. And yet, the average person struggling with social anxiety has never even tried it. That strategy? Visualization. Unlike therapy, which traps you in endless analysis, visualization rewires your brain to automatically experience confidence. Instead of reinforcing fear, it eliminates it at the source. Let's break down exactly why visualization is the fastest way to destroy social anxiety and build unshakable confidence. So, what is visualization? Visualization is the practice of mentally experiencing a situation before it happens, seeing it through your own eyes, in first person, as if it were real. It's not just passive daydreaming, it's an intentional exercise where, in this case, you train your brain to expect confidence instead of fear. Here's how it works: you sit down, close your eyes, and vividly imagine yourself in a social situation. Instead of picturing yourself as nervous or awkward, you see yourself confident, relaxed, and in control. You experience it in first person, seeing through your own eyes, hearing your own voice, and feeling the emotions of confidence as if it were happening in real life. The more realistic and emotionally charged you make this experience, the more deeply your subconscious mind absorbs it. Why this works? The subconscious mind does not distinguish between reality and imagination. If you visualize yourself as confident over and over, your brain begins to accept that version of you as reality. Social anxiety is not logical, it's deeply wired into your subconscious. Your mind operates based on past experiences and emotional memories, which means that simply knowing you shouldn't be nervous isn't enough. You have to train your brain with new emotional experiences. Instead of replaying past failures, you create mental wins. Instead of reinforcing fear, you build a subconscious expectation of confidence. It's about feeling, not just seeing. Visualization isn't just about imagining success, it's about truly feeling the emotions and sensations of confidence as if they were happening right now. When you do this repeatedly, your subconscious begins to internalize that version of you as the truth. Over time, social confidence stops feeling like something you're trying to achieve, it becomes who you are. Takeaway: if you visualize yourself socializing while feeling positive emotions, you will rewire your perception of social experiences. How visualization rewires the mind for social confidence. To understand the science behind why visualization works, you first need to understand how your brain processes fear and confidence. The brain isn't a single system, it operates in three major parts, each playing a role in how you experience social anxiety. 1. The reptilian brain, survival mind. This is the oldest part of your brain, responsible for basic survival functions like breathing, heart rate, and your fight or flight response. When you feel anxious in social situations, this part of your brain interprets social interactions as a threat, making your body react automatically. Racing heartbeat, shaky hands, avoiding eye contact. You're not thinking about these reactions. They just happen because your survival brain is doing what it thinks is necessary to protect you. 2. The neocortex, thinking brain. This is the part of your brain responsible for logic, problem solving, and reasoning. It's the part that tries to reassure you. There's nothing to be afraid of. No one is actually judging you. You've handled this before. You'll be fine. The problem? Your neocortex has no control over your emotions. That's why telling yourself to calm down doesn't actually stop the anxiety. 3. The limbic system, emotional brain. This is the emotional center of the brain. It controls your feelings, memories, and learned behaviors. If you've ever felt judged or embarrassed in a social situation, your limbic system stores that experience as an emotional trigger. Every time you enter a similar situation, your brain automatically replays that emotional response, even if nothing bad actually happens. This is where social anxiety lives. Even if your logical brain knows there's no reason to be afraid, your limbic system reacts emotionally based on past programming. And here's why this is so important. The limbic system is the part of your brain that can be rewired through visualization. Your logical mind can't override it. Your fight or flight response can't turn it off. But visualization can introduce new emotional experiences that teach your limbic system to associate social situations with emotions of confidence instead of fear. It overwrites it at the source, then the rest follows like dominoes. Fear responses weaken. Your brain stops reacting to social situations as a threat. New neural pathways form. Confidence becomes your new emotional default. Your subconscious identity shifts. You stop identifying as socially anxious and start seeing yourself as someone who is naturally confident. Over time, visualization reprograms the way your brain reacts to social situations, replacing anxiety with confidence as the automatic response. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.